Let's talk about what just happened in Florida, because it doesn't just cast doubt on a criminal prosecution, it obliterates it. The state of Florida has officially dropped criminal sexual battery charges against Ohad Fisherman. And this isn't just some procedural footnote. Fisherman wasn't a fringe figure in the case against Alon and Oren Alexander. He was central to it. In fact, he was named explicitly and graphically in both the Florida criminal complaint and a matching civil suit in New York. According to those filings, Fisherman allegedly held down the plaintiff while Oren Alexander R-worded her, and Alon allegedly watched before joining in. This was not some vague accusation. The complaint stated that Fisherman, quote, grabbed plaintiff from behind and pinned her shoulders down, while Oren committed a violent R-word. And after that, it said Fisherman, quote-unquote, monitored the plaintiff during and after the assault. These weren't throwaway allegations. They were foundational. And yet Fisherman didn't just have an alibi. He had irrefutable proof. Time-stamped video posted on social media. Fisherman was on a boat. Not only that, Alon Alexander was on the boat with him, miles from the alleged crime scene. This isn't a technicality. This isn't a loophole. This is a factual annihilation of the prosecution's case. The state's central narrative crumbles under the weight of basic evidence. So why was this man dragged back from his honeymoon in Japan? Why was he paraded in front of the press like a trophy? Why did the state of Florida subject him to humiliation and reputational ruin when the truth was sitting online for anyone to see? There's a word for what happened to Ohad Fisherman. Disgraceful. And it gets worse. Because if Fisherman wasn't there, if he was on a boat with Alon Alexander, then the entire story being told about Alon and Oren collapses as well. The state's narrative only made sense with Fisherman as an active participant. Without him, there is no framework, no timeline, and no credibility. So why are Alon and Oren Alexander still being prosecuted by the state of Florida? Why, after the collapse of the state's central theory, does Attorney General Catherine Fernandez Rundle allow this case to lumber forward? Well, here's something worth noting. The lead prosecutor, Natalie Schneider, shared an article publicly comparing Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. Think about that. Fisherman and the Alexanders, known Trump supporters, did work with Ivanka and Jared Kushner. So we ask, was this ever about justice, or was there something else going on? This prosecution is starting to look less like a good faith legal pursuit and more like a McCarthy-style vendetta, a witch hunt driven by ambition, politics, or ideology. That should scare every single one of us. Because when prosecutors push forward with charges after their case has been fundamentally disproven, they don't just fail in their duties, they become the very danger the system is designed to protect us from. And from a legal perspective, this is constitutionally indefensible. Under the 14th Amendment, citizens are guaranteed due process and protection from malicious prosecution. What's happening here is a violation of that promise. It isn't just unethical, it's unconstitutional. The dismissal of charges against Fisherman doesn't just weaken the case against Alon and Oren Alexander. It destroys it. Continuing to prosecute them now isn't law enforcement. It's persecution. Let them focus on the separate federal case. That's a different matter entirely. But this Florida case, it's over. And every minute it continues is another minute the justice system is misused for purposes it was never meant to serve. Attorney General Rundle now stands at a crossroads. She can choose justice or she can choose political theater. But make no mistake, if she continues to pursue Alon and Oren Alexander in light of the exonerating evidence, she isn't defending the law. She's attacking it. This isn't just a legal failure. It's a moral one. And the clock is ticking.